John West was born in Linlithgow, Scotland in 1890, and his life began in poverty. He initially had to create his own money because as the younger son, he was not initially entitled to the inheritance. John sailed to America in 1832 to begin his professional life. He afterwards arrived in Canada, where he received millwright training. Although the California gold rush had ended by 1848, John persisted and maintained his profession. In 1857, John decided to take on a new challenge and produce a fine fish product that was shipped to England under the name John West. In 2010, John West joined Thai Union, which are the world's largest seafood producer, in order to grow his company. This daring collaboration is a notable step for a young business. As buyers, we have the right to know where the product comes from. As a result, John West created a new application that allows users to track the source of cans by entering a unique code contained on each can. More than 150 years later, it's fair to say that John West is known for more than just wild salmon. As the business survived into the new decade, they began marketing new flavors, tangy and tastier ways to enjoy fish.
Alright, next we move to the moments in the video that reduce input or increase output. In the first video, the net used in this process is bigger and stronger. They use big nets to catch more fish. By using this method, it can save time and energy to catch the fish. Second, there was wastage when they snare fish that were found to be many fish that fell and were thrown away. If they can manage the transfers carefully and more thoroughly, it can reduce the occurrence of wastage. Next, at this time, the fish is placed in ice and cool water. This is to maintain the freshness of the fish until it begins to be processed. The distance between the machine pouring the fish into the machine is maintained at an optimal level. If the gap is too big, it will cause the fish to fall on the floor and it will take time to collect the fish again. Next, the method makes it very simple to cut the fish head off. This shows that the knife blade is keen, which implies that it has been kept in a good condition. Each piece that wants to be processed will be arranged neatly and vertically. This can save space, time, and allow more fish to be processed after cleaning. In other words, the temperature is well controlled and kept under control as they cook. Sardine will either be rejected or recooked if undercooked, if the temperature is off if overcooked. So result from this, reduce waste and rework expense. Next, they use only one worker to push the heavy cart. This causes the worker to take a long time to push the cart into the machine for the next process. If they use 2 or 3 workers, it is possible that the time taken to push the cart into the machine is shorter and can save more time. Next, the finished sardine will be arranged vertically and neatly to facilitate the session of storing and checking the label and packaging on the sardines. This can save time and space for the sardine distribution process to the next process. In this process, they will cut the fish using a machine. So when they use the machine, it can save time and manpower at the time. They do not need to hire several workers to do the process of cutting the fish. Next, compared to placing the conveying equipment horizontally, this placement reduces the amount of area needed. Last but not least, in this process, there is waste where the sauce that is put into the can always flow, and if there is a gap between the cans, it will spill down. This will cause waste and the use of a lot of material costs.
The first step is preparation of raw material, sterilization, cutting, washing, partially dehydrate, drying under sun and fry, Pressing inside the bottle, steaming, processing, cooling, drying, and the last is packaging.
The possible holding costs for companies' inventory.
The canned seafood varieties produced by John West Company are kept in a warehouse before being delivered to stores. John West Company must pay for utilities, insurance, and security for the facility in addition to leasing or purchasing warehouse space. The business needs to pay employees to transfer inventory into the warehouse and load the sold goods onto trucks for transportation. When moving canned sardines into and out of the warehouse, the company runs a small risk of damage. Decisions about inventory spending might limit the amount of cash available for other users because inventory is an asset account that demands a significant financial outlay.
Next, the new product that company may produce is mackerel in brine. A brine is simply just salted water, yet despite being such a straightforward solution, it has a variety of use. The brining solution might be made up of common salt, sea salt, or even kosher salt. Brining helps to ensure moist, juicy cooked meat by soaking the meat in a brining solution. The second product that company may produce is tuna in olive oil. Tuna that is rich in olive oil may be preferable if moisture, taste, and vitamin D level are your priorities. Moreover, tunas in olive oil are tasty, practical, and versatile. But another key advantage is that they are also highly nutritious for the high quality of tuna. Tuna in olive oil is rich in noble proteins. These proteins provide the amino acid that we need for the tissue replacement. Other than that, what the new product that company may produce is salmon in sunflower oil. We may already know that olive oil and avocado oil are two healthy options, but we don't always hear about sunflower oil. Sunflower oil, which is produced by crushing sunflower seeds, is rich in poly and monounsaturated fat, which are good for the heart. Last but not least, the fourth product that company may produce is tuna and sardine in spicy Thai chili. They are full of lightly marinated using premium tuna and sardine with a sweet and spicy flavor of chili, garlic, and onion. It is not spicy like some of the other famous Thai peppers and instead has a sweet taste. As it well known, Malaysians enjoy eating spicy foods but not too spicy.
Food waste remains a serious issue even in 2023. There are 3 recommendations to the sardine factory to prevent waste from happening since there are a lot of processes needed in manufacturing a sardine from input to output. Firstly, the sardine factory can do the equipment maintenance in order to reduce the food waste, such as by routinely checking the equipment of any technical fault. By doing this, the machinery will have a long life and reduce cost for repair of the equipment instead. Besides that, the sardine factory can also cut the waste by improving the culture of food safety. Actually, food safety and loss reduction go hand in hand. There are large amounts of food that are wasted for each year which are caused by improper food safety practice, such as a proper food storage are not followed. To overcome these problems, an organization should have a strong food safety culture in a place. Lastly, the sardine factory should invest in good packaging of their products. For the sardine factory, they can also upgrade their food packaging without affecting the quality of food itself. Nowadays, the sardine factory produce their products as canned food, which are safe for the quality of the food itself. But they can also use other packaging for their products, such as vacuum packaging. This kind of packaging can improve the taste of the food, especially in marinating food, and can save the additional money from buying more package to store the items, and can also save space to place itself. In conclusion, based on data and information that has been collected and observed in the sardine factory, Process focus is important in those organizations because it can help them to make decisions about how to use their workers and raw materials more efficiently and effectively in order to produce and serve the best outcome or output to their customers. Hence, process strategies and quality management are important to ensure the company or organization could run the business continuously.